Hello, hello, hello. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures. Today I'm going to talk about something that some of the guys already brought up. I think I got some good points in here that maybe you really don't realize that things happen here that you really don't think about. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just everyday life here. You just need to be aware of these things. When they do happen, you'll be aware of it, so it's no problem. It's not like it's people say it's negative. Well, you can take it negative or positive. You come into a country, it's a beautiful country. The people are wonderful, so you just have to plan for this. So I'll just start off with some of the things that that I have here. Thoughts: what to expect when arriving here in the Philippines. Well, as you know, number one thing, you're going to have culture shock. You're going to have people that's at the gate when you come out. You'll have a lot of ladies there with signs, "Pick me, pick me." That's what it was when I was there. Anyway, and they last 2-3 times. Even last year when I went out, there was many girls there. Pick me, pick me. But you're going to have a situation where girls will come up to you and ask you and talk to you, which is a good thing in some ways, but it's a bad thing in other, because more than likely you either have a girlfriend or you're here on vacation or things like that. Some will just ask you in general, come with me. Now, a lot of times, too, you have to be careful when you do your money exchange here. Something that you need to look at, because sometimes you need to get a good rate. Some of the rates, I got a better rate right there at the airport, honestly, than I did anywhere else. It worked out very well for me. I never had too much of a problem with the money situation. Ruth and I did have a couple of times where we gave them the money, and I gave them two $100 bills, and which is 10,000 peso, and it's supposed to get 10,000 back, and they gave us 9. So we had to kind of fight that, and luckily, what we started doing, we lost 1,000, but what we started doing was videoing it, and alleviated that problem. There was quite a few vloggers that ran across that back in the day. It's not as much prevalent as it was back at the time, but remember, I came in the time there was a bullet scare. Bullet scare was when they were putting bullets in the luggage to extort more money out of you. Hey, I'll take that bullet out, but you need to give me 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 peso, or 100,000 peso, how much you have on you, and you get out of this. But at that time, we had a new president coming in. He solved all that problem. A lot of times, you're going to have also time is going to be your issue here. Time will be a problem a lot of times. What I mean by that is you will not be able to go when you want to go, when you want to do it, and it will not be guaranteed it's going to start on that time, or you'll be able to go at that time. If you go somewhere and plan to go somewhere, plan to go an hour, hour and a half later than what they scheduled. Even if you have events, even if you catch a bus, a lot of times they'll wait, but they don't wait. They just go, or they just don't show up at all. Hey, Ruth and I spent a night at the terminal, Davao, because the bus was supposed to come and it never come, and I'm sleeping on a bench. You know what? I can't even imagine how many times I've actually slept on the bench here. I've slept probably 3-4 times because waiting on a bus, or bus broke down. I just didn't talk about it because it's kind of a negative thing, but it's life. That's what you have to expect here. You're just going to have a problem with that sometimes. Also, money things, you have another thing here that's going to really rock you crazy and drive you crazy, is all the beggars. You're going to have a lot of people asking you for money. You're going to have a lot of people that come asking, begging. Right now, it's holiday time here in Philippines, and it started back in November, and I have people singing at my gate. For example, it's 10:30 in the morning here, and we've already had 4 or 5 people, groups of people come by wanting money. We can get 20 to 30 groups a day, not necessarily people, because one group can have 5 people or 10 people in it. We had somebody that had 30 in it the other day. So are you obligated to give them money? In some cases you can, but you can also break the bank, because if they know that you're giving them money, they're going to come back for more. So you have to kind of be aware that things like that will happen. And as it goes on, you're thinking to yourself, okay, it's not a problem, but it will get to you in time. It will bother you in time. It doesn't bother you now, but eventually it will get to you. You will say to yourself, oh man, they're here again? I just gave you money yesterday. So it's the same thing when you go to town, the bus terminal. As you hear all I don't know if you can hear the noise behind me. Selling stuff, fishmongers, constantly. You have a lot of people like that. So taking a nap sometimes can be a problem. So you have a lot of scams also. You're going to get hit with scams. Now, all these things is not a bad thing, just as long as you're aware of it and you can get around it, you have patience, you're fine. Scams meaning money scams. Scams mean get you involved into something that maybe you didn't want to get involved in. And meaning that, say for instance, I ordered internet and it was a scam. The whole internet thing was a scam. It ended up costing me, $60, $80, but it was a scam. It happened to us twice. Not recently, but when we first got here, it was something. So I've learned to prepare myself and what to do and how to handle it and how to prepare myself into being prepared for it. So if I have someone come, I know to video it. I know to get it done. Another thing you got to be aware of, if you're buying land and or buying something with your Filipina, she's going to own the land. You can own the house. And no problem there. You just put your name on the house when your papers are filed. Now the thing of it is also too, you got to be aware of is taxis. Taxis will take advantage of you if you have more than one party, 2-party, 3-party, 4-party. They will try to scam you for another 100 peso or 200 peso. And it's just normal. You just got to be prepared for it. A lot of times make sure you just have your phone available, because they'll drive around in circles to gain more money, or they'll drive really slow to gain more money. It's all not a bad thing. You just have to be prepared for it. It's not something that is deterrent for someone like myself. I just look over it. I don't look at it as anything that's horrible, because, I did decide to retire here. As you guys know, I've decided to go back to States only for the benefit of my daughter and my wife. So, also too, you have a holiday crash. It's holiday crash here. You know what that means? Holiday crash means that here in the Philippines, everybody's out. Starting December the 1st on. It's packed everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. You have what they call holiday time, so just about getting around is really almost impossible. Getting out of CDO was impossible. Davao, when we were there recently, it was just horrible to get out of there. It took us an hour and a half to get out of town. And it's added, the bus ride ended up being about a 7-hour bus ride. So you have what they call family borrow money. Let me borrow money from you. So you're going to get hit up with that also. So be prepared for being hit up with cash from time to time. You just have to handle that with your Filipina. How you want to handle it, it's entirely up to you. Another thing you got to worry about is what they call foreigner tax. They see you coming. If you get out of the tricycle with your wife and you go into that business, they're going to actually see you and they're going to add money to it. So the best thing to do is when you have someone come to your house that does that, for example, my solar is down. And Ruth and I talked about it. Ruth says, you do not show your face. You go hide. I've hidden so many times, you have no idea. And it probably saved us, a couple $1,000s or more, maybe $3,000 by me hiding. We had to do that with the inspector that came and pulled the electric, because if he knew that I was here, he would probably charge $2,000, $3,000 USD more, because here in the Philippines is if they see you coming like that. Obviously, a lot of times I go into places and they do charge me more, and I paid triple for chicken the other day than Ruth would have paid, and she got mad at me. She said, "Would you pay for that?" And I told her what the amount was. She says 3 times the amount that we pay. I said, "Are you kidding me?" She said, "Nope, you overpaid 3 times." So also things that is easy depending on where you go is visas. Visas are very simple to do now online, offline, but there are still areas that are just a horrible situation for people to get their visas extended and or easy. Now there are what they call runners that will do it for you, like there's a guy in Cebu like this JR Visa. they wanted me to do a video with them. They've sent me many requests. I get many requests from time to time. Me do videos with a lot of the businesses out there, but I'm not going to go online, and I'm not going to do it unless I've used them and actually know who they are. Now I know Rod has used them, and he said this is a really great company, and I'm not saying it's not. It's just I won't do it unless I really know who they are, because if I don't know who they are, how can I talk about it? So there are many things that you could. There's probably a list of about 30, 40 more that I could talk about, but I decided to just talk about this briefly because you never really know what is going to happen, here. But these things are just going to happen to you. There is almost a guarantee. I would almost guarantee that you're going to have a culture shock. I'm going to guarantee you're going to have a money situation problem where people take advantage of you with money. I know you're going to have a time problem. Guaranteed you're going to have a time problem no matter what you do. You go to the dentist, you have an appointment at 9, you can show up there at 10, it's fine. You're going to have problems also with money transfers. Guaranteed. You're going to have problems with beggars. Guaranteed. You're going to have problems with scams. Taxis. Guaranteed. So these things you just need to be aware of. These things you need to sit down and say, okay, I need to be prepared for this. I need to be prepared for this. Don't carry all your money in one wallet, on one pocket. Carry small change and coins in one, 20, 50, 100. Your 500 and thousands, keep it somewhere else. Like Steve Montelli did a video on that many years ago. He was right. Have a different type wallet. I do. I carry 2 wallets. I have a wallet in my back pocket, buttoned, and I also have another money clip that has small change in it that I can pull out a 50 or 20 in, and coins. So if I get in a situation where I need 50 or 100 or 200, then I keep no more than probably 700-800 peso in small bills there, and then I got my big bills if I need a couple thousand peso in my wallet. If you don't, you may find yourself in a situation you pull out your wallet and they see a wad of cash. By the way, you guys know I was attempted robbery the other day at the CDO. Guy tried to take my phone. So you just got it, and luckily I was at the mall. Luckily, I didn't release the phone. I grabbed his thumb, and he grabbed my phone and flipped him on the floor. So, which is no problem. So, holiday crash. Be ready with your relationships also. I decided to do this video because I'm getting some emails and questions about some of the things being prepared coming here. So, thank you so much for watching. God bless everybody. This is Tom from Tom and Ruth Philippine Adventures.